It's your guide to local and community events in Calgary. Fax us at 735-6100 and your event could appear on Shaw TV in text or as a video report. Calgary, up close and televised on Shaw TV.
You might call this a warm-up for the Calgary International Film Festival. Tonight, some of our city's hip young directors are showcasing their work in the $5 Film Festival. Reporter Lara Hurrell tells us more about the evening and how you can check out some hot local talent.
Bingo!
No fair. She cheated.
This movie is St. Bernadette of Bingo. It's the work of local director Jim Sutherland. He's one of a few Calgary directors who are wanting to have their work seen and are inviting Calgarians to come and watch. Tonight, the $5 Film Festival is at Quincy's. 4 films will be featured. The lineup includes St. Bernadette of Bingo, Room 237 by Michael Dowse, The Language of Love by Grant Harvey and Brent and Jordan Kawchuck, as well as Soother by Robert Cuffley.
Not only do you have 4 films by Calgary filmmakers, you've got a party afterward. You get to be part of the wrap party. All the filmmakers are going to talk about their work and the people that were so important to it. And we're going to have a bingo game in spirit of St. Bernadette of Bingo.
Something's put a curse on me.
I don't get it. I think it's a stupid song. It brings tears to my eyes. It still brings tears to my eyes. We were good.
Once again, the $5 Film Festival is at Quincy's at 8 o'clock tonight. Of course, the cost to get in is $5.
Well, despite the continued growth of our city, enrollment numbers within the public school board are down this year by as many as 900 students. Now, that story heads the city section today, and to learn more about it, we head now to the Calgary Herald newsroom and education reporter Colette Derworiz. Colette, this is the forecast, at least from administration, but there's some optimism from the Board of Trustees right now, isn't there?
That's right. Pat Cochran is optimistic that that they are going to go up in enrollment, or possibly just maintain a flat line at this point. I guess the growth of mini schools in outlying communities, there's been 4 mini schools that opened this fall, and they expect about 600 students in those schools, so they're hoping that that balances out and they have some sort of maintain their growth, if anything.
Still, you would think, though, you know, with the growth of the city, and there should be some increase in enrollment. Is this of concern to the CBE right now? Definitely
it's a concern, and they're working on ways to increase their enrollment by offering alternative programs. That's one of the things that will come up this year. Also by opening these new schools in outlying areas. It's a huge concern. Accommodation is a huge concern. They're trying to get money from the provincial government to open new schools and stuff like that. So definitely they're working on it and trying to get parents groups back on side. And so we'll see what happens this year.
And on the flip side of the coin, the Catholic and charter schools in Calgary have seen an increase in enrollment this year.
That's correct. One of the charter schools actually opened a second campus this year. They took one of the schools from the Acadia schools that had closed with the CBE and opened up a 350 student charter school. That school has a waiting list of about 2,000 students. And on the Catholic side, Linda Blazetti said that they're expecting about 1,000 new students this year. And that raises some concerns of its own, because they're looking at space as well. They need more space. They need more teachers. They're having to hire teachers as school starts. So everybody's got their challenges this year.
Interesting. Colette, thanks very much.
Thank you.
You can find the full story on the front of the city section in today's Calgary Herald, and we've been talking about it with reporter Colette Derworiz. It's the 4th installment of The Adventures of Connor McLeod. Today marks the release of the latest Highlander film, Highlander Endgame, stars Christopher Lambert and Adrian Paul, and merges the storylines of the movie and the television series. Check your local listings for times and theaters. This marks the first year for the Calgary International Fringe Festival. When you think of the Fringe, you think obscure or out of the norm, and there's no doubt if you take in the Fringe, you're in for some original stuff this year. Reporter Lara Hurrell gives us a look at just what we can expect from the Fringe.
The television shows that we watched while growing up had incredible longevity. Growing Pains, For
years, Edmonton has held its Fringe Festival, and now Calgary is giving it a go. Until Monday, 9 different groups will bring their shows to 3 different venues in the Inglewood and Ramsey areas for the Calgary Fringe Theatre Festival.
The other idea of the Fringe Festival is it's a festival of theatre and performance that you would not normally see in other theatres during the year.
Marv, do you still love me?
Of course I do.
Edmonton's Jan Streader is one of the performers who's really excited about Calgary's new festival. She's in a play called Two.
It's about a couple who run a pub, and the two actors, myself and Brian Copping, play the people who run the pub and all the characters that come in and out of the pub. So in total we play 7 people each.
The performances are at the Gary and New Dance Theatres in Inglewood and Crump Manor in Ramsey. The Fringe was supposed to happen last year. A Plan B festival was put on because there wasn't enough money for the full festival to take place. Organizers say this is the start of something big.
We're hoping that this is the beginning of a much, much bigger event, and as years go by, it'll get bigger and bigger, and soon will rival, if not overshadow, the Edmonton Fringe. Yes.
Watch out, Edmonton. Meanwhile, Fringe goers will see a whole range of performances here.
We have a stand-up comedy and sketch comedy from New Zealand. We have a one-woman show from Toronto. We have a show called Two from Edmonton. We also have 4 groups from Calgary.
Performers are geared up for the big event.
I'm really excited that Calgary is starting a Fringe. This is fantastic for the theatre community in Calgary.
I've done all the Western Fringes from Winnipeg right across to Victoria for about the last 10 years. And I've played them all, and I'm very excited that Calgary has a Fringe.
While performers are excited about having a Fringe festival here in Calgary, there's another benefit to the festival. It's bringing an even more positive light to the areas of Inglewood and Ramsey, which have seen a lot of change over the past few years. For Shaw TV A&E, I'm Lara Hurrell.